In this class, we're going to be learning a bunch of search features. That is, little shortcuts that you can use to get information very, very quickly. So these are basically little patterns I want to show you that will allow you to, for example, find weather or medical information, things like that. Basically little ways to get shortcuts into Google search features that will get you to your information faster. Let me show you some examples. There are lots of basic facts that you can just ask Google, like what's the capital of Mongolia? Maybe you want to do it like this: capital of Mongolia, weather for a particular location, either by city name or by zip code. And it's probably best if I just show you a bunch of these, because then you'll get the idea. Now, in each case, you can usually substitute, for example, city name for zip code or country code or whatever, but follow along and watch the patterns. So let's start off with that capital question. Capital of Mongolia. And you can see here the result shows up Ulaanbaatar. And notice the little downward pointing arrow here for more information. Whenever you see that down arrow, it usually says there's more information here. Click on it and tell me more. So I do that, and you see here's a bunch of information. Notice again that each of these items, like the area or the weather or the local time, those are all clickable items. So pay attention to that as you look through these different kinds of facts. Let's do another one. Another search feature would be weather. Weather, say Sydney, Australia, and here you go. I misspelled it, but the spell correction kicks in again, and we have the weather for Sydney, New South Wales. And note we can either click on centigrade, Celsius, or as I have it set here in Fahrenheit. You can see it's going to be nice today, but raining tomorrow. Sorry, Sydney. Let's try another one, just to illustrate this substitution for zip code or a postal code for a location. 90712, I know that's somewhere in Los Angeles, so I can see it's going to be a little bit warm there this week. I can click here to switch it to the other temperature system. You get the idea. There are lots of different options here. Go ahead and explore those as you will. In addition to weather information, there's a lot of other sort of fact-based information you get to quickly. For example, we have lots of information about airline flights. So I can type just instantly, Hawaiian Airlines flight, say 24. So here I now get this information about the flight, in this case leaving from Kahului, Maui to Oakland, California, and you can see it's going to be leaving in a few hours. Another couple of features is time in, say, Helsinki, 7:03 there. How about another kind of query? We can consider, for example, medical queries. What's asthma exactly? Asthma. We just do that. And you'll see on the right-hand side here, we have another knowledge panel. Notice that the knowledge panel has different panel tabs up here. So I can click, right now we're showing the about. I can click on symptoms and read about different kinds of symptoms for asthma. I can read about treatments. Again, all this information is possible by collecting information from our knowledge graph. You get the idea. A lot of medical conditions that are nicely described by these Google Knowledge Panel results. Let's try another kind of medical query, but one you might not have thought about. So suppose we're trying to find out about a different kind of medicine, in this case zolpidem. And you can see here, this is a bunch of information about, again, collected information, side effects, warnings. There's a lot of information here, including alternate brand names for that, or legal status, or whatever. Again, many of these search features are basically surfacing information you can get to in a very fast, easy form. The way to get to the master list, because there's a lot of these different kinds of features, I've only shown you a few, but to get to the master list, search for Google search features as a query, and the first 1 or 2, 3 hits will all give you additional ways of looking at the complete list of all the search features that you can do with Google. Go ahead and give it a try, and when you're done, go ahead to the next challenge.